Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a wear and tear review on the two pairs of Aquazzura shoes that I have and explain to you whether I think they are worth or not worth the money. I'm not sure if you know, Aquazzura is an Italian brand first started in Florence, and they make really beautiful and really comfortable shoes. So let me start by a bit of history on how I come across these two pairs of shoes and a brief introduction on them. I am lucky enough to own two pairs of Aquazzura. I have this Sunshine here, and another one I have is this Dancer Flat here. Both of these shoes were handmade in Italy. Both of these shoes share very similar structure, lace up, and they tie at the ankle. Material-wise, both of these shoes are in suede. They call it buttery suede on the official website. The insole are all leather, and the shoelace again is made of suede. The sole are leather as well, but I added this rubber sole later on to make it more durable. For the heel, both shoes have this metallic heel, which is another signature from the Aquazzura brand. Sunshine flats, this is in the color of lipstick red. It is the more playful and decorative one in between the two. This one has this pom-pom here in the front, and for the shoelace, they also have the pom-pom here. My Dancer flat here, it is in the color of stone. It is the plain design without any decorative details, straightforward and simple but sophisticated. And it is the design here with the crisscrossing, making the shoes really beautiful and elegant. And of the shoelace, it does not come with any fancy thing, it's just like this metallic ends. I bought these two pairs of shoes at the same time back in the summer of 2017. I first came across them on Farfetch at the beginning. It was the Sunshine shoes that first caught my eye. Back then I just think, oh, this shoes is like super pretty. I don't have this kind of lace-up style shoes in my wardrobe, and I really want one to be added to my shoe wardrobe. And the reason why the Dancer flat also tag along is because I had to buy something else to make up to the minimum purchase amount in order to have free delivery. I did not have a really strong feeling for this Dancer flat here. However, when both of these shoes arrived and after putting the actual shoes on my foot, I think I like this Dancer more than the Sunshine. So at the end, I decided to keep both of them. I'm sure you can tell by now these two pairs of shoes are not new shoes. I've had them for 4.5 years already, so I think it is a very good time to do a wear and tear review on them. I want to set the benchmark on the usage of these shoes. I got these two pairs of shoes in the summer of 2017. I have been wearing these two pairs of shoes alternatively almost every day to work until the pandemic hit in 2020, which barely anything had happened. Then when the situation improved in 2021, I wore them for about 1 to 2 times per week, so I would say it was heavy usage for 2.5 years and normal usage for 1 year. I will be speaking to the wear and tear on the different parts of the shoes and show you some detailed close-up footage. Okay, let's go close up on these shoes. I will make some general comments about both of these shoes first and go into a particular one if there are any specific points to talk about. To begin with, let's start with a 360 look of both of the shoe. The leather is still so soft and buttery after so many years. I'm really happy with the quality of the leather. The most apparent sign of use is the folds on the leather. It definitely makes sense since this is coming from walking in these shoes over a long period of time. The suede does become a bit more fluffy over the years due to friction, but this suede leather did not decolor a bit. The color of this lipstick red is still as intense and vibrant as on day one. The leather is just of exceptional quality. Other than that, there are a few stains here and there on the shoes, like here and here, which is totally normal. There are this pom-pom on the Sunshine flat. They're still so fluffy and making the shoes look great as always. Then we talk about the insole, which is all made of authentic leather in a natural tone. They still remain as soft as the first day I had them. Both pairs of shoes comes with a lot of folding lines in the front part of the insole. It is the evidence that I have been walking in these shoes for a long period of time. But the insole didn't crack, it didn't break, and it is still so comfortable putting these shoes on. Alright, going to the back side of the insole, you can see half of the golden Aquazzura brand is now invisible. This is because after millions of steps my heel has been rubbing on them for so long, the brand now has become Aquazzura. There are also these protruding studs here on top of the heel. It is more serious on the beige one than on the red one. I guess this is just some internal structure on how to attach the heel to the shoe, but I don't actually feel these studs sticking out, so it is not giving me any discomfort. Okay, let's flip over to the sole of the shoe. For both of these shoes, you can see the exposed part of the original leather sole is quite scratched already. Nonetheless, you still see the brand's inscription, the brand's logo, which is a pineapple, the Made in Italy mark, and so on. I added this rubber sole on top to both pairs of shoes because I think this can help to make the sole even more durable and extend the life of the shoe. Then let's move on to the heel. The heel of the shoe has two parts to it, the metallic coating part at the top and the rubber heel at the bottom. First, I would like to talk about the rubber heel. So my right ankle is actually a little bit twisted, so my right foot doesn't walk evenly. Hence, you can see here more of the right side of the heel has disappeared. But this is entirely my personal problem and the heel is still functioning properly and does not need to be replaced yet. As for the golden metallic coating part of the heel, this is another signature feature of this line of Aquazzura shoes. Over the years, after owning the shoes long enough, there are a lot of scratch marks on it, and it is exposing the plastic part that comes under it, and you can see here there is something white underneath the part that has been scratched off. Last but not least, I would like to speak to the shoelace of the shoe. Having shoelace is the major feature in this kind of lace-up design, but I have to say this is also the most disappointing part of the shoe in terms of quality. The shoelace of the dancer flag comes in these kind of metallic ends, nice and simple, but the golden tone has discolored a bit already as you see here. I guess this is coming from hand tying the shoe many times and my hands rubbing off the coating. Nonetheless, they are still binding very firmly to the ends of the shoelace and I have no complaint. On the sunshine, the shoelace ends in these two mini pom-poms, again as fluffy as on day one and doing what they should be doing. All of the shoelace in both pairs of shoes are made of suede leather, a very thin thread of suede leather, and this has given rise to what I think the major quality problem in these two pairs of shoes. Right here you can see what I meant. The shoelace is made by enclosing a cotton thread with a thin thread of leather with stitches. The stitches come off so easily and it will create an opening like this, exposing the cotton thread inside. With the shoelace being the major design feature of the shoe, I think this is also the part that requires major quality improvement on, because I think the same situation has occurred multiple times since I got these two pairs of shoes, and I've also fixed it multiple times by closing off the opening using super glue carefully. And for this part you see is quite ugly. It is because it was the first time I ever encountered defects like this and I wasn't experienced enough to fix it properly. I applied too much super glue, so it drenched that whole part of the shoelace and the leather somehow turned black. For this part, I even cracked the shoelace accidentally by bending it too hard, and now you can see it is coming off again. I think I already glued this part twice in the past and this is just frustrating. Another problem with these shoelaces is that they go through these loops on the shoe, and after an extended period of walking, the loop has been rubbing on the shoelace and part of it is ripped off as shown here. And I don't think this is something fixable, and one day when the leather string is completely ripped off, I'm afraid I won't be able to put on this pair of shoes anymore.
As a conclusion, if you ask me whether I think it is worth the money, I would definitely say yes. These two pairs of shoes, they are very valuable assets to your wardrobe. Even though they are designer shoes, they are very comfortable, then they're extremely wearable and you can wear them on a daily basis. These shoes, although it's 4.5 years by now, there are some reasonable wear and tear. They are still a very pretty pair of shoes. They are still my always go-to when I'm thinking what shoes to match with my outfit. They still look great, they still look elegant, they match us with just so many types of outfit. I wear them for work, I wear them to business meeting, I wear them to party, and I even put this on to my 30th birthday party, so you can tell how much I'm loving this pair of shoes. Even after 4.5 years, I still love these two pairs of shoes a lot. So far, I still haven't managed to find any replacement for them. So my advice would be, if you are really thinking to invest on your first pair of designer shoes, I will highly recommend the Aquazzura brand, and in particular these two pairs of shoes. They are no longer on sale on the Aquazzura official website. This one is currently on sale on Farfetch in black, but it's just way too expensive. I see they're still on sale on some other outlets like Outnet and eBay as well, so you can go and check. I highly recommend these two pairs of shoes. They are definitely worth the money and I'm sure you will love it.